Hello everybody, it's Amanda from Scrimpingmommy.co.uk and today I'm going to make a small box to house this tiny little bunny rabbit picked up for my little girl, and I thought I'd make a cute box. So I'm using Daffodil Delight and I have cut this piece already and it measures 7 inches by 6.5. Okay, so on the long side, let me just get my measurements ready. On the long side we need to score at 1 5/8, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Just the little mark after the 1.5, 1 5/8, 3 1/4, yep, 4 7/8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah. So that's the same as 4 and, no, it's 1 mark after 4 3/4 and 1 mark before 5, so it's just in between there. And then 6 1/2. Okay. I will put all the measurements over on my blog and just think about it carefully. Sometimes I get confused when we switch in between 8ths and quarters, and it's easily done, so just concentrate. And then we're turning it on the short side and we want to score at 1/2 inch, 2 1/8, 4 3/8, and 6. Okay, I just have to concentrate on the measurements then, because I've made these look completely on my own. Oh dear me, I had a right palaver. Right, so I'm going to fold and burnish all of these score lines. I'm going to try and keep my videos short today. I think sometimes my long videos, you know, some people might skip past them thinking, oh really, I can't be bothered watching that, Amanda, it's 20 minutes long. Right, so very carefully, what we're going to do is we just want this section and this section. That is the top, that is the bottom. It's going to be a fold flat box. You can store it folded flat. So what we also need is we need these sections at either side. So I should really bring my scoreboard back in. I'll bring my scoreboard back in. Okay. Bring my scoreboard back in. Where's my score tool? I've lost it now. I'll use this. So what I want to do is turn it on the short side with the 1 inch there, a 1/2 inch at each side and 1/2 inch at the bottom. Okay, and then just here we're going to score at 5 1/4 on this last square. We're going to score at 5 1/4 just up to the first score line. Then we're going to miss one and we're going to carry on just on them 2 squares there. Okay, so you've got 1/2 inch there, 1/2 inch there and a 1/2 inch there, so you know you've got it the right way up. And on the last full square you're scoring at 5 1/4, stopping after 1 square, miss a square, score again. And then on this one we're doing, is it 1 1/4? Let me just check my sizes. I did write it down. Must have been on a different piece of paper. So I'll do it at 1 1/4 because I've forgotten where I did it last time. So 1 1/4 there and carry it on there. All it's doing is basically it's just giving you a guideline of where to cut them flats in half. Okay, so we now know that these are our flaps, that's our lid and that's our bottom, so we can cut straight down either side of there. Okay, and then where we've scored across there we can cut that away, and then we can cut that one away. In fact, we can cut all of that out. Cut all of that out straight across there, and then I'll lay it flat on the deck when I've done, so you can see the shape that you're going to need. It's very simple. Okay, so I've cut all of that section away there. I've cut all of that section away there, 1/2 of that and 1/2 of that. Okay, so far. So now we're going to turn it the other way, and when we've got our 2 little score lines halfway, that means that's either the lid or the bottom, so we're going to cut right up to that score line there, and the same at the other side. And then we can cut that away. That's a flap. Okay. And then this is another flap, and we don't need any of this all around it. So I can I? Yeah. Cut up to the section with the scar line. Cut down. And then cut across that scar line and get rid of that top bit there. Okay. So then your box looks like that. Okay. You've got a 1/2 inch scar line there, flaps, lid, bottom, flaps, square, and then 1/2 inch, which is going to fold round and fasten. Okay, so what I'm going to do first of all is I'm just going to very, very gently, very slightly just notch these. Just a cat's whisker of a notch, not a massive one. Okay, very, very slightly. That's just going to help our box close, and if I've gone a little bit off with my scoring, you know, it'll just shut that little bit better. Okay, so very, 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 you know, a fairy whisper of a notch there on all of those flaps. Okay. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to get my corner rounder. If you don't have one, you can just notch slightly there on each flap. I've not cut that terribly straight for some reason. Let me just trim it. There we go, that's better. Bits in it, just give it a bash. There we go, that's better. There we go. Get those notched out. It just helps your box close better. Now what I'm also going to do is I have pre-cut some DSP, and I'm going to put that on. So here it is, and that's my ribbon for after. And this is from the Myths and Magic DSP, but it's one of the ones, I wasn't too keen on the stripe foil at the back of that one, but I like the dots, so I'm going to use the dots. Keeping it bright and bold because I've got like a child in mind perhaps for this. And these measure 1 3/8 by 2 inches. Each one's the same. And also by picking dotty, it doesn't matter if the pattern doesn't run perfect. So 1 3/8 by 2 for these. Look at that beautiful bold colour of that Daffodil Delight. I'm going to proper make it clash, because I'm going to add this tempting turquoise ribbon, but I don't care, I like it. I think it'll look really cool. I'll stick that on there. Okay, just get rid of that excess adhesive there, and then we've got another one here. And hopefully I've done all that scoring right, otherwise I'll have to start again. It looks like I have. Right, so now I'm going to fold that flap in, add some adhesive. Okay, and then I should be able to just fold that straight in half, and it should just line up nicely and make a box. Okay, now the only other thing that I want to do here is just put a little thumb notch in the back. So I'm just using my, nipped my skin, 1/2 inch circle punch there. Okay, so now those will fold in and it will make a box. So that's the bottom. We can put our bunny in. Let me get my bunny. Put my bunny in. There we go. And then we can close the lid. Okay, get in. And it's absolutely perfect, okay? Absolutely fits perfect. I've measured it within 1 inch of its life, but I want all the fastenings to be the back, okay? This is the front. Now what I've done is I have die cut some ovals. This is the medium stitch framelit, stitch edge I think they're called, or stitched shapes. And I have cut 4 panels, and on each one I have stamped a bunny. And I'm going to show you where I've got the bunny from. I want you to be prepared for this because I've been a bit of a heathen. I got my We Must Celebrate stamp set and I've cut my animals up. I'm sorry, I chopped them. I tried to like mask the rest of them off and it just wasn't working. There wasn't enough of a gap, so I've cut my bunny rabbit off. Okay, now it's not really a problem because if I want to do a card with them all on again, I'll just put him back on and put it on the block. It won't be a problem. But, you know, for my own purposes, I chopped him off. So, I'll just show you what it looks like when you stamp him because I have pre-done them to be quick. So now he's on his own. I can't speak straight today. You can stamp without being, you know, infringed by any of the others. And I have stamped in basic black. And then I'll let it dry because I have hand coloured them. And I have used the watercolour pencils, and this is Early Espresso, and then I've used one of the many Marvellous markers, and this is, I believe, powder pink. It's very, very pale. So what I've done is I'm just going to show you very, very quickly very, very light colouring of the Early Espresso all over. Okay, am I rocking table? Very, very light colour of Early Espresso all over. Trying not to leave pencil marks. I kind of like go around in a circle. Been trying to get better at my colouring skills, but I'm rushing now. These I'm really pleased with. They look really cool. I'm rushing this one. Okay. So fill the whole bunny in. Like so. And then I've just gone back and I have added just a little bit of shading on the ears, just for a bit of depth. His nose is a little bit darker, and then I've just gently added some shading to try and define, you know, just try and give him a bit of a shape than being flat. So that's what I did. Okay. Take more time over it. You might be a lot better at it than I am. As I say, I'm still practicing. Just undo his tum-tum. They do say not to go back and forward like that. But to like feather, whatever that means. But if you go back and forward like that when you're colouring, you'll have more defined lines and it'll look harsher. So I'm kind of tickling the paper. That's about as much advice as I can give you with colouring. I just get on with it. And then just done the ears and the tummy. I'm leaving the tail white because bunny rabbits have white fluffy tails, especially at Easter. So that is the box. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to just add a little bit of fast fuse on the bottom there, so I can put my ribbon on first. Okay, and then I'm going to just tie it at the top, and then I'm going to add my panels over the top of my ribbon, just because I feel like it. No real reason. So I'm going to try and tie that in a bow. Okay, what I'll do is I'll tie it in another knot, and then tie it in a bow, and then it's easier. Tie it in a knot. This is Tempting Turquoise woven ribbon. You know, I'm trying to keep the colours really bold and vibrant and fun, rather than just using pale pinks and subtles, which is what I normally go for. So I'm trying to add more colour into my crafting. Okay. I'm not sure about doing this bow live though. I might do it again before I take my pictures. I probably will. I'll probably take that photo again before bow again before I do my photos, so that it looks a little bit better. I'm trying to be quick and keep my video under a certain time, so I'm not going to faff about with it for too long. I'll do it later. Right, so now I'm going to add my rabbit panels on all four sides, and it's going to look super cute. It just about fits, does that oval. As I say, it is the medium stitched shape framelit, the oval one. I think there's 3 different sizes, and it's the medium one, so stick that there. And stick that there. And we will stick that one on the back, like so. And there we go. That ribbon's, I'm going to retie that. Pal, do it when you're not watching, because you make me nervous. Thanks for watching. I hope you'll give it a try. Don't forget all of the measurements for this box, which is perfect for the little tiny Lindt or bunny rabbits, are all over on my blog. So go and check it out. Thanks for watching. Bye.